I'm leaving Dormition Abbey and I take a new road here. I never took this one before and I don't know where it will lead us to. So let's see that way, where it's going. It's a little adventure with you guys here in Jerusalem. By the way, winter has come ice cold. I have my winter jacket on. And I want to see where this is leading us to here, this way. A new adventure with you guys. Stick with me. If these stones could talk. And if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications of new videos, give a like, share the videos with your friends on social media, and write your prayer requests and intentions. I'm happy to intercede for you here. Look, the gate. I don't know where this is leading to. And if you like to do a donation to my ministry, you find the way to do it in the description of the video. It's very helpful as it's very expensive, Jerusalem. Filming for you guys here in the Holy Land. I'm very grateful from the heart. And I wrote a book about walking in the Holy Spirit. You find the book in the description of the video. Wow, seems like a park here. You have New Jerusalem over there. And let's see what this here is. There is King David Hotel just in front of us. The old city's walls here. These are kind of sponsors. The park, maybe? Restorers of Jerusalem. Yeah, of the park, of this park. Isn't that nice? They all listed the names. That's beautiful. You have the ascent to Zion here. Oh, look at that. Old city's walls. Let's look at the park here. You can hear the new city, already the sounds, and here the builders of Jerusalem garden. Oh, we are here in the Jerusalem garden, fantastic. Let's discover the Jerusalem garden together. Look, they play baseball. Baseball in Jerusalem. A guard tower. This tower, which was destroyed and rebuilt several times in the Middle Ages, reflects the changes in government Jerusalem underwent at this time. In 1990, The Crusaders after Christ, the Crusaders conquered the city from the Muslim rulers and renovated the city wall and its destroyed towers. Nevertheless, in October 1187, the Crusaders surrendered Jerusalem to Saladin, founder of the Muslim Ayyubid dynasty. Fearing further crusades, Saladin's nephew al-Malak al-Mu'attam reinforced the fortifications in 1212 after Christ and commemorated this work. The guys are joyful. They seem to have won. Let's share the joy. And the nephew reinforced the fortifications in 1212 and commemorated his work in inscription set into the wall. 7 years later, he ordered the destruction of the wall lest the Crusaders conquer the city and entrench themselves therein. Thus, Jerusalem remained an unwalled city until the Ottoman period. I didn't know that, you see. Construction of the Ayyubid wall. That's the tower. And the guys celebrating. Let's see a bit more what we find in this garden. You see Jerusalem as never seen before. There is again King David Hotel on that side. You have the yeshiva students playing baseball. Hi. The city wall in the Second Temple period. In the Second Temple period, the eastern ridge, which was included in the Temple Mount and the city of David, and the western ridge where the upper city was built. The segment of the wall in front of us encloses the northwestern part of the upper city. King Herod, the great builder, reinforced and enhanced the Hashmonean city wall. The wall and its towers were so impressive that Titus ordered his soldiers to leave the fortification intact in the region of the citadel in order to show the magnitude of Rome's victory over the well-defended city. So you can see a lot here. You stop the video and you see Herod built a fortress with 3 enormous towers adjacent to the palace. One was named for his wife Miriamne, the second for his brother Pasael, and the third for his friend Hippicus. It was on top of this fortress that the later rulers of the city built their fortifications. The last fortress and the one topped with a prayer minaret and known as David's Citadel was built by the Ottomans. According to Josephus' description, the king's palace was quite magnificent and was built next to the city's western wall. It consisted of 2 wings, one called Caesarion and the other Agrippion. Besides being a royal building, it also served as a fortress in the upper city. The staircase in front of us is probably led to a gate near King Herod's palace. Okay, that's here. And you see here as well the walls. Let's continue more to discover. You see people love to go here for a walk in that park. We have photographers. Go to the city center, Jaffa Gate, this went Mount Zion, that's where we came from. And here we are, Suleiman the Magnificent Wall, the Ottoman wall. You see it up here. The wall we see today was built at the initiative of the Turkish Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent in 1535 to 1538 after Christ to enhance Jerusalem's importance as a holy city and to protect it from Christianity's patron, the King of Spain. The Ottoman wall consists of 35 towers, some of which have fighting compartments, 344 firing slits, 4 fortified gates, and 2 postern gates. The fortifications were beautifully decorated with geometric and floral carvings, and in one instance were even adorned with chitas that had been removed from an ancient fortification. Inlaid between the walls building stones are 16 inscriptions that mentions the name of its builder, Sultan Suleiman, and inscriptions giving thanks to the Lord. And we continue. And the olive trees, look. Then you have new city of Jerusalem opposite of the old walls here. There are the buildings of the new city, and look again, the towers, the fortification towers. Etched in stone, the wall builders. Rising above us, Jerusalem's impressive city wall was built by the Ottomans in the 16th century. In many places it was built above the remains of earlier city walls. Evidence of the wall's construction and destruction is visible in the section. During a period when the city was controlled by 7 different rulers. So you see the different levels, you see it here, the stones, the different levels of the fortifications. So let's see what it exactly means. The Hashemonites fortified the city and enclosed its western hill with a wall above the valley of Hinnom, which is located west of this section wall. King Herod renovated and thickened the Hashemonian wall and also incorporated magnificent towers in it. This fortification also supported the foundation of his palace. Jerusalem's city wall were destroyed by the Romans in 70 after Christ. The Byzantines' historical sources attribute the rehabilitation of the wall to the Byzantine Empress Eudoxia, who resided in Jerusalem between the years 444 to 460 after Christ. The Byzantine city's fortifications are depicted in mosaic pavement that was discovered at Mandaba in Jordan. The Fatimids, the line of the Fatimid wall has determined the route of city wall to the present. The Crusaders relied on the line of the Fatimid wall and added towers to it in the corners of the city. Then the Ayyubids reinforced the existing line of the wall, constructed towers along it, and also enclosed Mount Zion. The Ayyubids themselves destroyed their wall, fearing the Crusaders would capture the city and ensconce themselves inside it. Then comes the Ottomans, 1517 to 1917. The Ottomans built the wall we see today along the route of Fatimid Crusader wall, omitting Mount Zion, whilst utilizing stones taken from the ruins of the Ayyubid wall. So you see all the ages. Isn't that beautiful? Let's continue the walk. And we are here now. The new city of Jerusalem. You have the taxi drivers. And I really hope you enjoyed this walk here outside the old walls of Jerusalem, explaining it in detail. Let's go up here together to Jaffa Gate. Never walked here, so you discover again Jerusalem from a different side, different perspective. Look, this olive tree here, isn't that fantastic? And there's the minaret we were talking about. And you saw the old and the new close to each other. That is Manila, the shopping center, the arches. And in front of us we have Jaffa Gate. That was open, the wall here, for the German Kaiser. When he came, he passed through with his horse. And then you have the ancient fortifications of the old city of Jerusalem. Look. And again, in Jerusalem, peacefully, people live together in Israel and Jerusalem. And modern day Israel, Jerusalem, look the traffic, but look the beauty of God the Father. He created these flowers for us. And the menorahs, that is for Hanukkah. The celebration starts soon, the weekend. Jaffa Gate here, the Imperial Hotel in front of you. And winter has come to Jerusalem. We are passing Jaffa Gate. Here it is. You have Arabic inscriptions here. Here in Jaffa Gate. And the walls of Jerusalem here. We continue the city wall tour together now. Let's do that and see what's going on this side of the old city of the walls. It's just amazing. You have the sun setting, and look how it looks like. And New Jerusalem. And we also have palm trees here. And King David Hall, the YMCA, the tower behind King David Hotel. One of the towers again. You have Our Lady Notre Dame Tower over there, the French hospital. And you have the Korab Walk in memory of Wolf and Ray Korab, dedicated 1972, rededicated in 1998 to the Jerusalem Foundation. And look here, very interesting as well. Jaffa Road entryway to the city. Jaffa Road was the thoroughfare along which pilgrims, armies, travelers and rulers entered and leaving Jerusalem made their way. The year of 1860 saw the beginning of the settlement outside Jerusalem's old city walls. A commercial area developed next to Jaffa Gate, which included coffees, a carriage house and various shops. The road between Jaffa and Jerusalem was first paved for wagons and carriages in 1869 towards the visit of the Austrian Emperor Franz Joseph. By the end of the 19th century, this section of the street had become a hub for international consular activity, boosting hotels and post offices and banks. During the British Mandate, the buildings immediately adjacent to the wall in the Jaffa Gate area were removed, while a vibrant urban center developed at Post Office Square, now IDF Square. Between 1948 and 1967, this section of the street was no man's land, laying between the two parts of the divided city. After a six-day war, the ruins and debris were removed and a path, Mishol Korov, was paved along the old city walls. In 2008, the promenade was renovated as a part of Jerusalem Light Rail project. You see this one here, that street. And you see here, look, the pictures, fantastic. Wow, barriers during the war. Jaffa Gate, oh, you see here. They were really buildings, huh? Amazing. Jaffa Road 1944. Jaffa Road barricades in military zone 1948, that was over here. Jaffa Road 1944. And the British Army under the command of General Allenby on its way to the Tower of David in order to declare new regime in Jerusalem 11th December 1917. That is now nearly 100 years ago. 1998 years ago. Wow, amazing. There's more history here. German Kaiser Wilhelm on the Jaffa Road during his visits to Jerusalem, October 1898. Wow. Jaffa Road 1910. Amazing. The carriage station on Jaffa Road, visible above the Jaffa Gate, is clock tower built in 1907 in honor of Sultan Abdulhamid, and which was removed as the beginning of the British Mandate. Here it is. Jaffa Road at the end of the 19th century. And more to come. Stick with me. 1898, first building outside Jaffa Gate, 1898. The telegraph line guard tower and first buildings on Jaffa Road. Details from the bird's eye view map, Stephen Ellis, 1872. This one here. Jaffa Road, 1855, Mount Zion, Jaffa Gate. Look at that. Amazing. That's over there. You see here Dormition Abbey. You see the tower, the minaret. And there's the minaret as well. And let's continue. And you see the walls of Jerusalem. You can take a tour with these little cars as well. French hospital. The mayor of Jerusalem lives in that complex, working in that complex, town hall, French hospital, and Notre Dame Hotel over there. East Jerusalem down the road. And we continue a bit later this tour around the ancient city walls of Jerusalem. Little time jump, we are the next day and we continue the tour of the walls and the gates of the ancient old city of Jerusalem. And look here, preparation for Hanukkah lightning. And we continue the tour, the ancient walls of the old city. We are coming now to the next gate, the new gate. And stick with me, more to come. On this side we have Notre Dame Hotel, and on the right side, in front of it, New Gate. Here it is. On this side you have the buses to Bethlehem. And stick with me and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button for notifications of new videos. Give a like and leave comments. Your prayer requests from where you're watching. General questions I hope to answer, that I can answer them. And if you like to do a donation to my ministry, you find the way to do it in the description of the video. I'm grateful from the heart. And here we are, Damascus Gate. And I also wrote a book about walking in the Holy Spirit, be guided by the Holy Spirit. You find the book in the description of the video. There's Damascus Gate in front of us. The next gate. You have nice kebab places up here and Damascus Gate in all its splendor in front of you. There it is. And we continue. And we are coming to East Jerusalem on our way of the walls and the gates of Jerusalem. There's Zedekiah's cave is down here. That would be for another tour. And you see the walls of the old city. on this side, East Jerusalem starts. That's where more the Palestinians live. And you have the shopping streets here from East Jerusalem. And look, the majestic walls of the old city opposite the streets. We continue the journey. We are coming now to another gate, King Herod's Gate. Shopping streets of East Jerusalem. And here it is, King Herod's Gate. And you will see more the Mount of Olives, Herod's Gate here at Central Bus Station East. We passed it already. Look here. There it is, Herod's Gate. We're just going through it that you can see it in all its splendor. Yeah, inside the old city now you see the walls from that side. And here it is, Herod's Gate. A wicket gate in the wall built in the time of Suleiman the Magnificent. In 1875 the wall was breached to build the gate and to enable convenient access for Muslim construction outside the wall. Herod's Gate, here it is. And look at all this nice vegetable and fruit, fresh. Again, the gate for you guys. And we continue the journey alongside the ancient walls. Stick with me, more to come. You see, it is autumn, winter here in Jerusalem. You have the Rockefeller Museum on this side, if you want to go. And we are coming to the Mount of Olives. Stick with me. And again, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications of new videos, give likes and comments from where you're watching, your prayer requests and intentions. And if you like to do a donation to my ministry, find the way to do it in the description of the video. It's very helpful, as life in Israel is very, very expensive, my friends. I'm grateful from the heart for every donation. This is the Mormon University over there, where you see the arches. That is East Jerusalem. Hebrew University on the left, where the tower is. We continue here our tour around the walls, and more to come. Stick with me. More gates, more history. The Temple Mount is coming up. The closed gate and its story. On this side you have a Muslim graveyard, cemetery. I will also walk on top of the walls that will come up as well, so stick with me. And you will see the Garden of Gethsemane, the Church of All Nations, where Jesus wept the blood, all coming up. And we have the true sackets. You have already a glimpse of Mount of Olives over there and the Jewish graveyards. They are there because the Messiah will come back there. The Messiah will come back there, and they want to be the first to be raised from the dead. Welcome to Jerusalem, my friends. You're right. And here we are, city walls. Below the Ottoman city wall were discovered the city wall from the time of the caliphs of the House of Abbas, 10th century, built on a top of an ancient wall from Byzantine period. Look here, you can see it. Hi. Now we come to another gate, Lion's Gate. And here it is, Lion's Gate. The gate was built with the wall by Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent during 1538-1539. The stone reliefs on its facade gave the gate its name. And we continue. In front of us, the Mount of Olives. More to see, stick with me. We're passing a Muslim cemetery also, and another spectacular gate is coming up, the Golden Gate. And look, Mount of Olives in front of us. And coming up on this side, the Golden Gate. The Church of all nations, where Jesus wept blood, and we thank him for what he did for us. And just opposite Mount of Olives, we have the Golden Gate coming up over there. It was closed by a Muslim leader because he knew the Messiah in Jewish and Christian tradition would enter when he comes back through that gate. And they put also cemetery because they think that it's impure for the Messiah to go through a cemetery into the city walls, into the old city, Jerusalem. Here it is the closed gate, the gate where the Messiah, after Jewish and Christian tradition, will enter Jerusalem. And it's closed, as you can see. The Golden Gate in front of you.
In the picture here. Look. Yeah. No, just do it. I did.
There it is again, the Golden Gate. Just in front of you. Stick with me, much more to come. And you have the spectacular views here on the Mount of Olives. Dominus Flevit, the church. There's, I think on the left, the Russian Orthodox Mary Magdalene Church. Then you have Dominus Flevit. Jesus cried over Jerusalem, just on top of in the middle top of the mountain in front of us. The Jewish graveyards. When the Messiah comes, they want to be raised the first. And the ancient city walls. Stick with me, much more to come. And this is the Temple Mount, all there. Check out the videos I did on top. A long video goes around, walking around the walls from inside. There's the temple, the ancient Jewish temple, Al-Aqsa Mosque over here on top, and over there is, behind the walls, the Dome of the Rock. And we are coming to the corner of the Temple Mount here. And there are more gates to come. see here again. Dominus Flevit and all the Jewish graves. Behind that wall here is Al-Aqsa Mosque. Going to the Dung Gate, City of David. Stick with me, much more to come. So many historical sites we are passing by. Dormition Abbey, you can see already on top there. Al-Aqsa Mosque over here. King David City, excavations here. Building preserved to a considerable height along the fortification line of this first temple period, 10th, 16th century before Christ, before Common Area. On the eastern edge of the Ophel, gatehouse, royal structure, small tower, straight wall, the excavator Eliad Massa suggests the buildings were part of the city wall that King Solomon built in Jerusalem, until he had made an end of building his own house and the house of the Lord and the wall of Jerusalem round about. 1 Kings 3:1. City of David down there. All excavations behind these walls here. And the city wall. And stick with me, the Dung Gate is coming up. Hi. And here we arrive at Dung Gate. Entrance to the western wall. Everything prepared for Hanukkah. Western wall over there. You can see it already here. Over here you have Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Western Wall. Behind the wooden stairs is the big Western Wall Plaza. That is the famous place where all the Jewish people are praying, and there are the Shabbat preparations over there. Al-Aqsa Mosque, and we have a little information now about the Dung Gate over here. We have it over here, let's have a read. Dung Gate. The gate was originally a small wicket gate built by Suleiman the Magnificent. It is named after the gate mentioned in the book of Nehemiah, Arabic Bab al-Maghariba. There it is. We are leaving it again and continue the journey. Again, the walls. And one more gate to come. Stick with me. If these stones could talk. upcoming. There's Damascus Gate. You want to see that gate as well. Look, that's that one here. It's the gate over there. And we continue the journey up here. Shalom.
Hello.
You have the walls up here. You can walk up there. I didn't go now up there because I want to show you from outside the walls. And we did the full tour, but there is one more gate coming up. Stick with me. And if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications of new videos, give a like, leave comments from where you're watching, your prayer requests and intentions. And if you like to do a donation to my ministry, find the way to do it in the description of the video. It's very helpful. Expenses in Israel are very high. And I'm grateful from the heart for every donation.
יש לי פה הזמנה. זה שתי ברגים שקע, מחזירים שקע חדש, שתי ברגים זהו.
And you have over there Bethlehem. And the desert, Judean desert, already behind. Dormition Abbey in front of you, the tower. And Zion's Gate coming up, and Mount Zion. Stick with me, more to see. And here comes Science Gate. Here it is, spectacular Science Gate. Shalom. We are in the old city here, Jewish quarter, and Science Gate. Built in the time of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century, in Arabic Bab al-Nabib Dawood, due to its proximity to King David's tomb. There it is, the gate. And we continue, and I show you King David's tomb. It's very close. So the walls continue here, as you can see. And at the end, you have the garden, the park, the Walls Park where we started. And I show you King David tomb very close by. Also, the upper room is there.
You want 3? Imperial 2?
Room of the Last Supper, King David's tomb. It is. This is Custodia Terrae Sanctae, custody of Holy Land, the Franciscans. There is Dormition Abbey. You have here, this is the way to King David tomb and the upper room. I made a video about that. Check it out. Dormition Abbey, and I will have a stop there. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did, again, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications of new videos, give a like, leave comments from where you're watching, your prayer requests and intentions, general questions. I'm happy to answer and pray for you. And we are arriving now at Dormition Abbey, and if you like to do a donation to my ministry, find the way to do it in the description of the video. I'm grateful from the heart for every donation. And I wrote a book about walking in the Holy Spirit. You find that book also in the description of the video. There's Dormition Abbey, the tower and the church, a German Roman Catholic church and abbey of the Benedictine order, dedicated in 1910, commemorating the place where Mary, Mother of Jesus, passed away. Hi. Here it is. That is the end of this tour.